Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. Back in with another episode of the We Here Now podcast. This is episode 23. I appreciate you guys all for coming back. If you're a returning viewer, if this is your first time here, we're going to make it a good one so you can come back another time. This will be, as you can see, we got the little Christmas tree. We got the Christmas hat. We're going to get all into that. But before we start, I want to say, Merry Christmas to the beautiful people out there. Oh, no disrespect. Merry Christmas, however y'all rocking. Merry Xmas, Merry Christmas, whatever y'all feeling, whatever y'all rocking with. I hope y'all have a good Christmas. But there wasn't going to be a way I was going to leave y'all without an episode just because it was Christmas. So we back in the building. So by the time this drops, I'm going to drop this, not my normal day that I normally drop, but I'm going to drop this on a Thursday this week. Just been kind of it's kind of a little caught up. I'm not even gonna make no excuse, you know what I mean? Even though I won't be dropping on my normal day that I do drop, y'all still getting the episode this week. So don't be all of my men just talking about you ain't drop. Not that I don't be getting messages like that, but we gonna speak into an existence, you know what I mean? But yeah, how y'all doing out there? Y'all good? Y'all good? All right. So before we get to talking about all that stuff, all we like to do, we like to recap what was going on in my week, and then we'll get into some of the mainstream stuff that you may know about, may not know about. But like I said, this is the We Here Now podcast. I am your host, tomorrow the cameraman. So we're gonna be talking about stuff that I actually want to talk about. And before we go any farther, I gotta get my fluids in me. Oh yeah, that's delicious. Oh, we rocking. Give me everything that I needed. But let's get into the week. So, back again, working this second job that I picked, this other part-time job, driving around the kids and all that good stuff. This is my second full week, but this is my third week. So still getting in the groove with the whole situation. It's not a hard job, but like I said, I think I made the comparison with like McDonald's and Wendy's, like y'all doing the same stuff, but it's like everywhere gonna have like their different protocols, how they handle things. So that's just what I'm going through. I'm starting to get like my own route now, so it's coming a little bit easier to be like more consistent and know where I'm going and not use the GPS and stuff. But it is around the holiday season, so a lot of kids, some days they aren't going. Depends on when they get out of school. Will determine if we have those routes to pick up or not. So, with that being said, the normal route you might have, you may not have because the kids are out of school. So with that being said, there's people on different routes and just mixing stuff up. So I ran a different route. This was Monday. I ran a different route. I ran my same route in the morning. I ran a different route for the midday, and then the evening, the drop off when we pick up the kids from school and drop it off, that was different for me on Monday. And with that being said, they had another driver with me. They call them, monitors. You got a driver and then you got a monitor. The person was kind of back there with the kids, have to get the seat belts on, open the door for them, stuff like that. So for the most part, I'm usually always the driver. I'm really never a monitor. I was a monitor like the first day because I think they're a little unsure how it'd be, for driving. But like I was telling them, like I used to work for Amazon, so when it comes to driving the vans and stuff like that, that's really not an issue for me. But they have me, behind the wheel, with this monitor. And I think I was telling you guys how I'm like the youngest kid, about like it's got to be like he's like 17, 18 years. I was with a kid. He was a little bit closer to my age. He was probably like I think he was like mid 30s. Okay. But keep in mind, he's in the back with the kids. Like when you driving, like I can't really be on my phone, but he in monitor, he can be on his phone. But like you still gotta, keep like watch out for the kids and stuff like that. So we go through our routes like normally, but like the only thing is like I really don't know the route like that. So I'm expecting this dude to help me, but this dude back there on his phone, you know what I mean? So it kind of slowed up the whole day a lot, you know what I mean? Because like I told him before, like yo, I really don't know where I'm going. This is a new route for me. I don't know exactly, how to maneuver. He's like, no, don't worry, I got you. So it's like I get up to the light, and it's like, bro, not even telling me if I gotta go straight, if I gotta go left, if I gotta go right. So like it's mad awkward because I'm just like. I gotta keep asking, like, oh, left here? Oh, man, you gotta make it right here. Oh, man, you missed the street, you just gotta turn around. Like, bro, why is you not paying attention? Like, all this, you not paying attention, like, I get it, like, you not driving, so it's a little bit easier for you. You really just chilling, you know what I mean? You sitting in the car, like, you really just going along for the ride along. So you ain't got that much stuff to do anyway. So the fact that you not helping me is already irritating me. And now we ended up being so far behind schedule because like dude is not helping me at all. Like I put out in the street, man. I probably drove like a mile, 2 miles down the road. He like, oh damn, you was supposed to turn left back at the other house. It's like, why is you just now telling me this? You know what I mean? And keep in mind, so I'm new, so it's like they still like they don't know how good at the job I'm gonna be. You know what I mean? Because like, I really haven't had no problems when I have somebody who's actually telling me where I need to go for these new locations. So our we have two managers. The one man she was like telling me, like she had called. She was like asking like, "Yo, like what's going on? Y'all supposed to have this kid picked up? What's going on?" Yeah, this, buses, whatever the case may be. This happened, yada yada yada. Whatever. I'm not even saying them because like I said, I'm new, so like, I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. But like at the same time, I'm kind of sorry, bro. It's like we late because you not paying attention. You know what I mean? It's like I get like you back there, you just got to sit on your phone. But it's like at the same time, bro, just help me get there, and then you can sit on your phone because like certain locations I kind of know. You know what I mean? Just head that way or whatever the case may be. So dealing with that, and like I said, I'm new, so my manager was kind of still on me about the timing and stuff like that. And I can't even throw Buddy under the bus. I literally just had to take, they expect the new guy to mess up, and it wasn't even my fault. But like, sure enough, I had to take the blame for it. It really wasn't a big deal. But then at the end of the day, it's like, I'm a person I can be held accountable. When I mess up, hey, look, it's my bad. I messed up. I attempt to do it the best I can. I didn't. I failed. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it right next time. Boom. That's simple. Keep it like that and show and prove. When I mess up once, I'm not gonna do it again. If I do it again, it's because I intentionally did it like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Kind of a weird scenario to be in, especially being like the new guy at the job. You don't want to be, the new guy at the job who already snitching. But that's a wrap with it. But like I said, just some growing pains coming with the new job. But I'm also getting used to my new system now because I work two jobs now, so it's like I only got one off day, and that's Sunday. Every other day, like I'm out, I'm ripping and running. But I'm starting to get used to it, getting a nice little schedule. So like wake up, matter in the morning, head out, come back. My mom's up working. We chop it up, which is definitely nice just to be able to have those conversations with your mom. I feel like sometimes like when you're younger, you kind of get away from those conversations with either your mom, your dad, parents, whatever you got, and then you rather have those conversations like with your friends. And as you get older, you kind of realize like most of your friends are I won't say most of your friends, but most of your peers, I said, don't have the best advice for you because they have just as much life experience as you, if not less. You know what I mean? So it's kind of backwards when it comes to that, but that's why it's always good to have a conversation with my mom. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's been our little routine. Come home after work, we chop it up, drink coffee, and then, I head back for my midday and then my afternoon day. So all in all, it's been pretty good, but just wanted to give you guys an update on how the job has been going, and it's been great. Just rolling with the punch. I'm dealing with older people, so like they kind of have a way of doing things. But other than that, it's all good. And that's why I titled it last week. We love the elderly and our exes, which I seen it confused a lot of people. I had people tapping in thinking it was about them. I just titled it that way. Because at the end of the day, like I want you guys to want to watch it. You know what I mean? When I make the videos and I don't have like any titles what I'm talking about, like y'all don't really care to tune in as much, because it's not like I'm giving you step by step everything we're gonna talk about, but like sometimes you guys like to know like in general what's gonna be talked about. You know what I mean? So that's how the title came last week. So any misconfusion about we love the elderly. We don't love all our exes, but that it's just kind of high. It's high then, but whatever the case may be, shout out to all my exes. It ain't no beef. I'm not trying to get no DMs or no text talking about why you on the podcast talking about me. I ain't say nothing too crazy, but anyways, I had that, and then I also had a doctor's appointment. I think I was telling you guys about that. I don't think I told you guys why I was doing this while I was actually going. So I was on this study for my alopecia for about since like the beginning of 2020. So like the trials, like they pretty much are give you like off the market drug, but like they're taking like all your vitals, or always checking like your blood, make sure everything is normal. So after this long period of time, I finally finished my trial. My 3 years. November 15th was my last day, and then I had to go back a month later because once they take you off the trial and you've done well on it, you've shown some improvement. they'll actually prescribe you the drug so you can get it like over the table. It's not like some weird. I don't want to say it's weird. It's just off the market, you know. So like a lot of stuff isn't necessarily tested by the FDA all the way down to a T or down to a T. So that's why you got to sign paperwork and stuff like that just so you can take the drug. But 3 years, no problems. I know, the dips and lows and whatever the case may be. So I had my doctor's appointment a month from that, December 15th. Um, I had, like I said, I've been on this for 3 years. I'm expecting when I go to my doctor's appointment, like they just gonna give me the drug. You know what I mean? But that necessarily wasn't the case. You know what I mean? So like he comes in. First of all, I like this guy is a douche. You know what I mean? It's like, and it put me in a very awkward position because like this is like my doctor. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like my doc, but this is like my doctor for this situation. So it's like he also needs to be like understanding like the trial and stuff like that. But like he's going just strictly off a paperwork. So like, I have to take this medicine. 2 pills a day, whatever the case may be. But he's looking on and he's seeing this like times where like miss days and stuff like that. So when he comes in, he's something like, "Yo, we're gonna lower the dosage, yada yada yada." It's like, what's the point of lowering the dosage? Y'all just put me on a dosage for 3 years. I wasn't at no 2 milligrams. Now you about to pretty much restart me all the way with the trial again. So I low key had an issue with that. Now I'm not hostile about it, but like I definitely told him like what's the point? It's like like what's the point of me being on that study for 3 years? You guys weren't giving me 2 milligrams, and now I'm off the study and I got approved for it, and now you're bringing back the dosage. And he kind of got slick talking about some. Oh well, maybe if you take your medicine all the time, we'll be able to give you the higher dosage or whatever the case may be. Now keep in mind, like I didn't even say anything bad because I was talking to my homegirl about this too. When it comes to like it's a term, which a medical victimization. So it's like when you are dealing with these people who are supposed to be helping you out, but like they are maybe not being as polite and as friendly as you would like to be. Because at the end of the day, it's like I'm trusting you to help me. You know what I mean? I'm trusting you as a professional to be able to help me. Any question I may got, make me feel comfortable, not make me feel weird about it. Like it's already like a weird situation as it's going through this, and then I gotta deal with this with you. You know what I mean? So like, I just wasn't feeling it. But at the end of the day, it's like usually I'm very I'm not necessarily the aggressor. But at the end of the day, it's like I feel like if somebody is talking to me a certain way, like I'm instantly just gonna like shut down if I ain't got nothing to say. And like keep in mind, this is my doctors too, so like, I'm in a weird situation. You know what I mean? When it comes to, like authority, like the police, the doctors, like all right, bro, you got it. I'm supposed to be trusting you, and this is how you treat me. You know what I mean? But then there's like I pay my money just like anybody else, you know what I mean? So I shouldn't have to pay money for you to have, no attitude with me and you don't even know what was actually going on. Because in reality, which I should have said, but like I said, as a doctor, so I'm not really trying to, get into this back and forth. Really when I was taking the medicine, I was taking it for like a month and like it was just giving me a headache every day. Like literally I take the medicine at night. That following day, like I got a headache the entire day. And I was going on for like a month straight. So I stopped taking the medicine. So I went to my doctor and I was talking to her about it, and she like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Like like she was aware of why I was taking, but like I said, it's off the mark, so like it has side effects. So it's like I'm not about to keep taking this medicine just so I can prove to you I'm taking the medicine if it's not making me feel good. You know what I mean? It's not helping, and all it's doing is giving me a headache. So that's why I wasn't taking it. But like I say, he's a doctor, so I kind of froze up in the moment, and I don't know. All in all, it was just a weird situation. Like, it's like whatever. Did what I got to do, get my blood drawn, then I leave. So like after I left, I still wasn't feeling like I wasn't feeling okay about the situation. I was kind of on edge the rest of the day because like, man, like it's like when somebody tell you something and you don't actually respond, and then you think about it later, it's like, man, I should have said this. I should have said this. That's exactly how I was thinking about the whole day. The whole day, I was just thinking to myself, I should have said back to him to kind of combat all the bull that he was saying to me. You know what I mean? But whatever day goes by and I'm supposed to be able to get my medication. Saturday go by, Sunday go by, Monday go by, Tuesday go by. Mom like, yo, like what's up with the medication? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, let me. I don't know. I checked and like it wasn't even ready, so I called CVS and like I guess for the doctor when they send you a prescription, they have to send like your form with the information so they can actually prescribe you the medication that you need, and they never sent it. So I called him yesterday when I found out, and I wasn't able to talk to anybody. They called me back today, and she's like, "Oh well, It was a lady that I've dealt with before, and she was like, "Yeah, we'll just call this number and talk to him, let her know." But the doctor, he went on vacation. I'm like that's just another thing, you know what I mean? It's like I already felt the type of way when I left, and then I leave, and I'm supposed to get a medication, and you so quick to get out the door to go on your vacation, you're not even taking care of your patient, you know what I mean? And keep in mind, this is like a specialist doctor, you know what I mean? So it's like he's only available on certain days. So I'm trying to bend my schedule to his schedule, and he's not even doing the bare minimum just to make sure that I'm taken care of, you know? But I don't know. Just had a crazy week when it comes to doctors, and I think I've been talking about this multiple times. I don't know if it's just that, or maybe it's just me that I got a problem when it comes to authority. You know what I mean? Just always, being not only the youngest brother, but like the youngest sibling. So I feel like a lot of times when I was young, like they'd always just like push me off. Like when I say stuff, you know what I mean? Like even like it could be my siblings, it could be like anybody or I don't want to say anybody. It could be not everybody, but anybody around who's maybe older than me, kind of pass it off. You know what I mean? That's the same like with teaching and stuff like that. It's like my teacher will call home, even if she could have been lying. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe at a young age they just had a problem when it came to authority. And I think this is just a prime example of that. Now y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Now what y'all feel? If y'all paying money to go see a doctor, and they're supposed to be taking care of you, and they kind of saying like slick stuff, and they kind of got an attitude on top of that, and then on top of that, they're not even doing what they supposed to be doing when they said they was gonna do it. Just let me know if I'm tripping or just I got a problem with authority. Because like I said, I'm a person I can take accountability for myself. Like I know flaws about me, you know what I mean? I'm a little high head, I'm kind of passive, I'm an introverted, extroverted, like I'm all over the place. So I get like I got my flaws, you know what I mean? But I feel like in this instance, I would uh just a normal person like anybody else would go to the doctor's visit. I feel like I kind of got played a little bit just off that alone because like the flaws that I normally have, I didn't let it show at the doctor's office because of the fact that the doctor is a position of authority and supposed to be helping me. So like you kind of don't want to be disrespect the person supposed to be helping you. It's like, perfect example. You got a waiter. Me, I'm not giving the waiter no attitude at all. Even if I feel some type of way, I'm not gonna give her no attitude. So if I got a waiter and she give me all the attitude in the world, I'm not gonna say nothing. You wanna know why? Because she's handling my food. And people in the food business always talk about, oh, it's not likely somebody gonna spit in your food, yada yada yada. I don't trust nothing. You know what I mean? Like anybody can do anything, and if you're not looking, who's to say? Like you just gotta assume that somebody not gonna do it. But I mean, the world we live in, there's a bunch of crazy people out there. People do just mess up stuff just because, you know, just reacting off emotions or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. When it comes to certain situations like that, somebody that can, you know, affect something that can go into my body or my health or my safety, anything like that, man, I'm just like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But I mean, this doctor would talk to me crazy outside of the doctor's office. I would have beat his ass, boy. I ain't playing with him. But anyways, moving on. Um, yeah, I actually, what was I about to say? Um, Oh, talking about my week. So I went to go see the homegirl last week. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm actually gonna have her on the podcast. But like I said, the stipulations for the podcast, I'm not bending the rules for anybody. And I'll say it once again. This time I said it in plenty of episodes, right? Or I've said it plenty of episodes from before. But there's a lot of people that have been asking to be a guest on the We Here Now podcast. I'm giving everybody the same fair shake to be able to be in that drawing or whatever you want to call it to be on the podcast. Rules don't change for it. You got to repost the podcast. When I post my podcast on my IG story or you see it on Facebook, if you see it on Snapchat, if you repost that and then you tag me in it, I, I'm gonna put you on the guests. Right now, I ain't got no guests coming like this. The homegirl, she'd be a perfect guest, but like I said, I'm not changing the rules for anybody. You got to repost it and tag me. We gonna get in emotion. But I said that to say she's gonna be a great guest when she comes on the podcast because me and her actually have really good conversation. And that's why me and her are actually pretty close. And I'll say from my standpoint, one of my only like few friends that I truly have, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like I'm grown now. Like I'm not just trying to party, go out to the club. Like I need something with like a little more sustenance. You know what I mean? Just something that's actually going to hold and actually mean something. You know what I mean? And I always enjoyed good conversation. That's where the basis of the podcast came from. You know, like that's what I do. I listen to podcasts. I love hearing good conversation. I like hearing different perspectives, different viewpoints, and that's something that me and her always have. So she's gonna be fire on the podcast. But I went to her house the other day. Um, we having a good conversation. But it's funny because and I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. Because I walked in, so usually she got like the little vibe going. You know what I mean? Like she got the TV hanging up. Usually it's not even watching Netflix. Like it just got like a fireplace display on there. Like some type of display is on the screen. You know what I mean? It's like when I walked in, you know, yo, yo, I don't see nobody. I'm like, all right, works. I keep walking. I walk past the TV. I was like, whoo, that TV hot. Now keep in mind, it's just a display. It's not actually fire coming out the TV. So my mom was playing tricks on me. But then I mentioned it to her, and she was telling me that. People always tell me that when I come on, like when they walk past TV, they feel like they instantly just get warmer, you know what I mean? And I started thinking about it. There's got to be something to that. I think our minds, okay? Because we've heard this before. If you're cold, ooh, think of somewhere warm. Ooh, you're on the beach and the bees are, ooh, feet in the sand. That don't work for me. Now, some people told me that it actually works for them. I don't know. But it's got to be something to that. If you're in a cold place, you think about somewhere warm. If you're in a warm place, you think about somewhere cold. Like I said, it just got to be something to that. And I definitely noticed that when I walked past the TV because like my mind was like kind of playing tricks with me. It's the fact that like you're seeing the flames on the TV, and when you see flames, you automatically think like, oh, that's hot. You know what I mean? But the fact that me alone just seeing the TV and walking past it, and then seeing the fireplace, and then instantly thinking that it was super warm and I was solely based on the TV, man, it's got to be something to that. And that's just going to prove that like our minds are very powerful. You know what I mean? Because like you can see something like somebody go through pain, like maybe like you see somebody like snap ankle or something like that. I don't even want to stand up now, like your ankle. You know what I mean? Because it's something with your neutrons or whatever that is just called that if your mind can see it or you've actually experienced it before, even if you're not experiencing it in the moment, you can actually experience it. So I don't know. That kind of tripped me out for sure. But ah, but while I was there, we having some good conversation. But like I said, this is the Christmas episode, so we're going to get into some Christmas hijinks, some traditions you may have. Some food, some presents, some pastimes, some stuff like that. But I might get cut off by the commercial. But I'm gonna start now. Me, the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, don't really care about Valentine's Day, the holiday for the women. But for me, when it comes to holidays, I'm not a materialistic person. It's all about the vibe you get from the holidays. And I talk about that for Thanksgiving. It's like it's not so much about, the food is cool, but like for me, it's about just seeing my family that I always see that year, you know what I mean? It's just something about being with family that definitely, rejuvenates you. You're around, excuse me, you're around people that even if they're not necessarily like you, um, you guys have a history. You've seen them a lot. You watch them grow, you watch them go through change and stuff like that. So it's always going to be that connection. So that's the same way I feel about Christmas. It's all about the vibes. You know what I mean? I don't care about presents and stuff like that. Like I'm 27, like anything I can get for Christmas, like I can, you know, pretty much get it for myself regardless. So it's like I'm not waiting on Christmas for gifts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's all about the vibes. Now, what come with those vibes? Got the little Christmas tree, little Santa hat, you know what I mean? And then you got your scents, your movie, your little marshmallow scent, little sugar cookie scent, the chocolate chip cookie scent, all that good stuff is what makes Christmas so special. But before I get or go on, we're gonna talk about some presents and then some movies, and then we're gonna get to some of that mainstream stuff that y'all love to talk about. So I will see you guys on the other side. And we back. Wait, hold on. Before we go on. Okay, like we was talking about the Christmas stuff. Now I remember my most, like I said, I'm not super materialistic, but I remember my favorite Christmas. Remember, I don't want to say my favorite Christmas. The most, trying to say it without sounding materialistic. The best year when it came to presents. I was probably like, I don't know, I was probably like in sixth grade, I want to say. So like for me, Christmas is always a surprise, you know what I mean? May get a lot, may not. You know, just what it is. So I think that's why I've been able to not be super materialistic when it comes not only Christmas, but just like in life in general, you know, because like all that materialistic stuff, it really don't matter, you know, because you may not remember the materialistic stuff, but like you'll never forget like how something made you feel. And what helps that? The vibes. So that's what I'm all about. But best Christmas. And keep in mind, this I got these on Christmas Eve. I still got hella stuff on Christmas as well, but I remember I got some shoes, I got this Royal hoodie, and then I got a PSP. Now keep in mind, this is on Christmas Eve, you know what I mean? It says on Christmas, so you know Christmas is, man, it's gone. So when I got that on Christmas Eve, I'm already like, ooh, it's Christmas. My mom, you know, she always worked, you know, 2 jobs, you know what I mean? But this Christmas alone, just like I said, usually we don't get like really gifts on like Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? It's usually, you know, Christmas Day. Like I don't know, probably like everybody else in the world. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact that I got some shoes, a hoodie, and a PSP on Christmas Eve. I was like, oh, next day, it's going crazy. And sure enough, shoe followed by some game. I got some more shoes, some clothes, some money. It was like I was raw Christmas, you know what I mean? Because like I don't think I remember growing up. Well, I don't remember exactly what I asked for growing up, but I don't think it was ever anything too crazy. You know what I mean? I probably just wanted like some games and like maybe a new system. The other one was outdated, but you know nothing too crazy. But you know, shout out to my mom for always making it happen. You know what I mean? Because like I said, single mom is like, even if I don't get nothing for Christmas, like, well, I play football, basketball, and baseball all that year, you know what I mean? So it's like that, you know, that cost the gas to take him to games and all that. So like when it came to that stuff, it's like I care more about that than like getting some, you know, some materialistic stuff. Like for me, it's like I'd rather get like some stuff like I can use for like the sports, you know, baseball, you know, some gloves, you know, some cleats, stuff like that. That's the type of time that I was on, you know what I mean? But you know, I don't know, it all played out. Yeah, that was my favorite. That's probably, I don't want to say my favorite or like the best. It was my most memorable as far as, you know, the presents go. Now, there is a tradition every single year I gotta do. The Christmas movies. The Christmas movies are essential to setting the vibes for Christmas. Y'all hear me? I'll say it one more time. Christmas movies, it's the deciding factor. See, I switched up. I said another word. It's the deciding factor to setting up the Christmas vibes. What do you mean by that? Boom. You gotta watch The Grinch on Christmas. You gotta watch The Grinch. Another one. Y'all gonna look at me crazy, but The Cat in the Hat. Gotta watch The Cat in the Hat. Gotta watch Willy Wonka, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The old one or the new one. I like the old one, but I like the new one too, you know, with Johnny Depp. And then, gotta go your black classic. You gotta go Friday After Next. Now, after all the Fridays, Friday After Next is probably like the least favorite out of everybody. But it's got a Christmas. You got a ghetto Christmas, a ghetto Santa running around the projects, stealing out of people's houses. It don't get better than that. You know what I mean? A real, authentic hood Christmas movie. So I gotta watch that on Christmas. And last but not least, you gotta watch Mean Girls. Now y'all looking like Mean Girls on Christmas. You're right. It's not a Christmas movie, but there is a Christmas section. You know when you got the candy grab. Fall for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Classic. Kevin G singing the talent show, and then the girls dance at the talent show. And the mom was in the aisle going crazy with the little camcorder. Classic movie. Those are all movies you gotta watch on Christmas. Now Christmas is money, so if you guys have not, my bad, Christmas, Xmas, Christmas, is on Monday. So before then, those are some essential movies that you guys gotta watch. Now, those are just movies that I enjoy to watch around Christmas. But if none of those movies are in your list, give it a try. And some of my white viewers out there, if you haven't saw Friday, it's gonna be crazy to start with Friday After Next. But that is a great Christmas movie. Talk to your black friends about walking you through Friday, next Friday, and then Friday After Next. Great Christmas movie. But I think we had enough Christmas talk. We can get into the mainstream stuff. What do y'all like to eat on Christmas? Y'all do like a ham? Because I can't really remember like what's like a classic like Christmas dinner. But me, I'm definitely gonna want some swine. Some people who don't eat pork out there like, you still eating swine? It's like, bro, y'all be faking. You know what I mean? Like, I can't cut out pork completely from my life, but like, I'm not really gonna eat no pork chops unless you put that John, fried on the air fryer. You know what I mean? I might mess with it, but it's like, I'm not really like. It's probably been some months since I had pork chops. And last time I had pork chops before that, it's been some years. But gotta have some ham. Gotta have some type of greens, preferably some collard greens. Shoot, I don't know. If I keep going, it's gonna sound like a Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I mean? Y'all tell me out there what y'all consider like a Christmas meal, like a genuine Christmas meal. Some of you gonna have every year. Like I said, when I say authentic Christmas meal, just like Thanksgiving, you have turkey, some bull cranberry. You gonna have some cornbread, some cream corn. It's just stuff you gonna have at Thanksgiving. What is that for what is that for Christmas? Because I'm definitely drawing a blank right now. But moving on to get to some of the stuff y'all want to talk about, or maybe stuff that you guys don't want to talk about. But like I said, this is what we here in our podcast. We're gonna talk about it. Get into the mainstream beef. Now, first off, we got the China Mac and Adam 22 beef over Crip Mac. So Crip Mac, he got locked up again. Gun charge, possession, federal. It's not a safe case, it's federal. So he was about to do like 3 to 5 years or saying. So all this stuff ended up happening. Now, China Mac ended up calling out Adam 22 for not showing up to his bail hearing, and just one of this big rant about how Adam just uses Crip Mac for the views. He doesn't really care about him, and if he did care about him, he would have came, yada, yada, yada. So this led to a response from Adam. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit because I'm not trying to cuss as much because like they won't let me monetize on my videos like if I keep swearing so loud. I'm trying to not swear as much. But I say all that to say is like that led to Adam responding, and Adam definitely dropped the bomb on China Mac. So the funny part about this is Adam this whole year he's been on his giving it up, getting back at people. He on his academic stuff right now. And sure enough, China Mac, said something about it, so Adam responded. And with Adam responding, a lot of things came to light. I don't know if some of you guys are really into that YouTube world or whatever the case may be, but we're going to talk about it. So back, it was about probably like 9-10 months ago it happened, but China Mac and AD, that's some beef, right? When I say AD, I'm not talking about Adam. I know we're talking about Adam, but it goes back to AD, a host that used to be on No Jumper. But he was going to start his own food channel, yada, 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 go around the city. It's very base level. Like, you'll see a bunch of food vlogs on YouTube. It's not an original idea, you know what I mean? So I guess 80 and China Mac, I saw each other out at the club or something like that, and they were talking about it. And China Mac had brought up the idea of doing, like a food thing. AD had been talking about it for weeks up until this point that hadn't even happened, you know what I mean? So, yada yada, that happens. I think like the day after that, like China Mac and AD saw each other, AD had dropped, the food vlog. But keep in mind, AD had already filmed the food vlog. He had been talking about this for weeks up until this point. So anyways, it caused a big rift between them. China Mac ended up calling out. And they end up meeting up in the parking lot to fight. Run the fade, whatever. Now, we all thought this was real. Saw a video of AD showing his knuckles blood. He got it looked like chalk is like all over his back, like he was on the ground, yada, yada, yada. Come to find out, this bomb that Adam 22 had dropped that video was fake. Now, that threw me for a loop because AD doesn't seem like somebody who would fake content for the views. And I didn't really see China Mac as a person who would fake this up for the views. You know what I mean? At this time, now since then, or China Mac has faked a lot of vlogs, started fake like a fight when Vlad was on this platform. Act like these guys are about to, get you shooting and yada yada yada. China Mac has done a lot of clout chasing things, and the fact that I'm saying all this to say, China Mac is a clout chaser. He'll do anything to stay in the news, stay relevant, any type of clout he can get. So that's where the problem came with C-Mac, because China Mac was on hanging out with C-Mac because C-Mac is lit. You put him in any YouTube, it's going to do at least 100,000. Easy, you know what I mean? Like, YouTube numbers aren't easy like that, It's not just like one person who's, I don't want to say that. There's a lot of people like that. But it's a small percentage of people that can just do views like that. Like, Crip Mac can be in anything and it's going to do views, you know what I mean? So the fact that China Mac, I thought it was a genuine relationship with him and Crip Mac, but it turns out it wasn't genuine at all, clearly. And once Crip Mac ended up getting locked up again, because China Mac was out here in LA, and then he ended up moving back to New York once Crip Mac got locked up. So the fact that he called Adam22 out for not showing up to Crip Mac's court date, because this really stemmed from Adam responding to China Mac when China Mac hit him up at like 9 p.m. the day before, asking if he can come. Adam runs a business. You can't just. I mean, that's hard. 24-hour update for anything like that where it's going to take some time, it's hard to do. So I think China Mac was definitely wrong, and Adam22 let him know about it. There's some more stuff that Adam had spoke on, but I'm not going to talk about it here because, like I said, I don't know how they feel about, certain stuff. But, yeah, he was wilding. But, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, Definitely interesting because definitely seems like China Mac is a clout chaser. But we got some more beef. Been talking about the blueface thing. Blueface has definitely been very tender about the whole situation with Jaden and Krishan. Someone like me, I can understand why you could be, a little upset about, the situation going on with the females. But when you act a certain way and then they react to how you react, you can't be mad at anybody but yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Blueface is going through right now. But it's also a thing where it's like he still is cordial with both of them. You might see them around, yada, yada, yada. I said that to say, Blueface had a concert, right? And some girl had threw ice on the stage talking about she team Krishan. Blueface pulled her up on the stage, yada, yada, yada. Keep in mind, Jaden Alexis is right behind Blueface, you know what I mean? So, like, girl threw ice. Oh, yeah. Play cool. Like, yeah, who threw the ice? Man, come on. Hey, bust on tati. Come on, get lit. Come on, girl. Boom. She get on stage. He instantly throw her right to Jaden. Start mooking her up, boy. Got her around. But it looked good in reality. I want a female like that. Like, if a girl do something to me, it's like, yo, babe, man, take her head off, boy. Don't let her play with me. But when you Blueface, you can't do that. You're a name, you're a figure. You got bread, so they're going to try to come after it. So now him and Jaden Alexis are under investigation. But keep in mind, Blueface is already on probation for he had a at a club outside. Dude tried to hit him with his car. He had that thing on him, and let that boy go. All he had to do was probation for that, but this was only a couple months ago, and the fact that he's now under investigation for this assault, like, I don't really know how this is going to play out because technically he didn't hit her, but he did have her come on stage, still didn't touch her, but he gave her a little to the wolves, you know what I mean? So I don't know how much trouble he can actually get for that, but it's not smart for Blueface to be in a situation like this, especially since you're on probation, It's just not a good look. But what's also not a good look, I mean, if he cared about, looking good to the judge or whatever the case may be, him beefing with Soulja Boy. Him and Soulja Boy was going back and forth. Soulja Boy said something about Jaden Alexis, and Blueface got mad. But like I said, Blueface is usually not this type. Like, Blueface is type, he's standing on business, you know what I mean? But, like, he doesn't seem to be bothered by, like, some of that troll stuff, But I think everything that's been going on with, Jaden and then Krishan, it definitely made him a little more sensitive to certain things. So Soulja Boy said something about Jaden, and then he just instilled this big, back and forth with Blueface. And actually, I said that wrong. Blueface said something about a podcast, he was on a podcast with Funny Marco, and that Funny Marco kept asking him about Soulja Boy. Blueface got tired of it. He didn't really go off. He just like, why you keep talking about Soulja Boy at my interview, you know? So Soulja Boy responded, then Blueface responded. All this led up to a hilarious IG live, like when like when Famous X and Soulja Boy was arguing on live, and they was both squaring up with the phone like they was right each other. It was like a situation like that, except for Soulja Boy wasn't as aggressive as he normally was. He was talking to Blueface. He set the phone down, started doing Blueface dance while he's on the phone with Blueface. Yeah, it was all fun and games on the live, and then they got the place to meet up. So Blueface like, man, send an address. So Soulja Boy sent an address. Now Blueface, I ain't gonna, like I said, stand no business. Y'all say whatever y'all want about Blueface, but I respect Blueface not for the fact that he's doing all the antics, but it's like a lot of people, they be like, yo, pull up in this setup, and like they won't even pull up, you know what I mean? And Blueface pulled up dolo. He talking to people, all type of stuff, you know what I mean? So I respect him for that, but at the end of the day, like I was saying, like, bro, you on probation. You can't be doing stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like the judge is looking at all this stuff. Like, you know, like even for somebody like, I don't even want to say like low level, but somebody on not as famous as Blueface, when they do stuff like that in their probation, they posting stuff on social media, like they get him right back up. Like the police watching. Like I don't know, like what y'all think it is. Like y'all think it's like some sacred club, like somebody can't actually access it. You post on your close friend, whatever case may be. The feds is watching. You know what I mean? So if you're doing dirt, even if they ain't saying nothing to you, they just gonna wait for the right time to come. Yank you up. So be mindful of that. But all this led into a conversation about a verse battle between Blueface and Soulja Boy. Now, okay, I like Blueface. I listen to a lot of Blueface music. It's not my top artist, but I definitely listen to a lot of Blueface music. But when it comes to verses, there's not a chance that Blueface can stand a chance against Soulja Boy in a verse battle. Like it's not gonna happen, you know. And people like to clown Soulja Boy, like corny as hell, like whatever the case may be. Like Soulja Boy dropped his first album, I Soulja Boy telling us, and actually I still got the classic, boy. I got the CD, boy. So you can't say, ooh, yo, boy, But if Soulja Boy played 3 songs off that album, I don't even think Blueface got 3 albums to compete with 3 albums off that album. And Soulja Boy been at this 2023, almost 20 years. Like, bro, y'all not giving him enough respect. Now, Blueface been out in the scene for, I don't know, like maybe 5-6 years maybe, but it's like you can't compare their runs. Is 2 different lanes, you know what I mean? But I don't know, that was just a little funny beef that going on because everybody was apparently beefing. But moving on, another thing I wanted to talk about, speaking about BMs, Anthony Edwards. Now national treasure needs to be protected at all costs. That might be Michael Jordan's son. It might be Jimmy Butler's son. I don't know what the case is, but Anthony Edwards is a dog. But we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about the stuff off the court. And off the court, he had a little situation with a female. May have shot the club up. She might be pregnant, having a baby. Ant wasn't going for it. Like, yo, like, I'll give you some bread. Like, man, we not about to do this. And I don't even blame him because he also, like, a young kid, so he really not thinking, like, that deep to the situation, not to be tied down to a girl. But he was very honest about the situation. He didn't just play it off like, yeah, let's do it. And then when the baby come, he just left. He was honest about it, like, yo, like, let's not do this. Like, I'm gonna give you some bread, but like, this ain't the time to be having no video. Which prompted a funny meme that was going around. Send the video because he had her take, the pill to make it do what it do, and he wasn't sure that she was gonna actually take it, so he like, man, send the video. So that's all been on my man, send the video. But like, how can you really blame him though? Because like, it is, probably not an ideal situation for him. But at the end of the day, he is, at least he's being honest. He's not playing it off. Because I know some dudes will probably just play it off until the baby comes. And then when the baby comes, it's like, shh, out of there. You don't never see him. You know what I mean? But like, he's being honest about it now. And I think even if she does decide to keep the baby, I think he still will hold up his end of the bargain. He was gonna give her money to not do it, and he not gonna not support his baby. You know what I mean? But it's like he's also making it very clear, like, okay, if you had this baby, that's cool. Like, we gonna parent or whatever the case may be. But like, he's letting her know, like, yo, we not gonna be together because I told you it's not what I wanted. And I don't even want to say I can blame him for that, because at the end of the day, it's like women want you to be honest with them, and then when you're honest with them, it's like they trying to hold it against you. You know what I mean? So at this point, if anything does get held against him, I don't think it's fair, because I mean, he was honest. I feel like that's a difficult conversation to have with, a woman you're dealing with, but at the end of the day, it's a conversation that probably needs to be had regardless. So we'll see how all that plays out. And before we get out of here, we're going to talk about, this little segment I like. Segment is called Things I Care Briefly About. I may go deep in depth with it. I may not. I just may keep it moving. I may just read off like a teleprompter on the news or something, but just bear with me. So we got the Browns win against the Bears 2017. Man, that was an ugly game, but shout out to Flacco, because he been doing... Is it Flacco? I'll be listening. I mean, I'll be watching no jump, so I'll be thinking poetic. Flacco. Joe Flacco. I don't know. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But he's been doing the thing, veteran quarterback doing what he needs to do, and he's been throwing that thing around. But like I said, it was an ugly game. A lot of turnovers. And I don't know. We put out with the dub. And, my brothers and sisters, they're from Chicago. So when we beat the Bears, group chat is always lit. But next we got JaMorant, made his first debut of the season after being suspended for the whole gun charge. We watch sports, you kind of know what's been going on. But he made his debut last night, and he was cooking. That boy had 34 points. He had 6 rebounds. He had 8 assists, and he had 2 steals. First game back. Now, he shot 12 from 24 from the field. 50% from the field is still not bad. You know what I mean? That's elite category. You know what I mean? Doing his thing, but that was never a question with Ja. Nobody ever questioned if Ja could play or not. Ja, all his issues came from off the court. You know what I mean? It's not like he in the game, getting technical, getting ejected and stuff like that. He not that type of player, just what he's choosing to do off the court, So I wasn't surprised by him coming back and going crazy, because that's what Ja does, Now, somebody who is maybe more of a menace on the court than off the court, Draymond Green. He's still out of control. But Draymond is Draymond, and it's funny to hear him try to make these excuses for why he does certain things, or I didn't mean to do it like that. He was talking about how, I forget the dude's name, but this is what got him that most recent indefinitely suspension, was him doing the 360 and punching dude, and he talking about, you know how hard it is to spin 360 and punch a dude in the face, bro. I ain't got enough space to do it, but it ain't that hard. You can do it. That's all I'm gonna say. You probably not gonna knock somebody out with a 360 punch. You're not looking at them, but you're still gonna be able to make contact. So when Draymond says stuff like that, it's kind of like, bro, come on, bro, just be accountable. Just hold yourself accountable. Be like, bro, I'm the new Dennis Rodman. I can't help it. I'm a menace on the court, and that just is what it is. And the thing about Draymond is he's so special in that Warriors team, because he is the enforcer. You know what I mean? You need an enforcer on every team. The problem with Draymond is when he's acting sometimes, he's not enforcing anything. He is the issue. You know what I mean? So it's different if you're standing up for your guys, you don't let anybody play with your guys. Pause. That's cool, right? But it's if Steph not in trouble and Clay not in trouble, why is you even getting into any type of physical altercation at all? That's weird to me. As an enforcer, you need to enforce. You're not just out there like a goon. You know what I mean? Like the hockey term for a goon, the person who just goes out there and is trying to fight. It's not that in basketball. As an enforcer, you protect your teammates, but you're not supposed to get into physical altercations. But at the same time, there's no physical altercations going on, and you're still putting your hands on people. So Draymond's going to be out. I think they said 3 weeks. He's going to be out. He's out of practice with the team, but as far as him playing, yeah, no. Now, before we get out of here, y'all know I like to, do a little answer to the internet, just to get the brains, jog, you know what I mean, get y'all thinking about some other stuff, because I like to leave y'all with stuff to think about until we come back for the following week because I'm coming every week. Paused. What okay, let's start. First one, would you accept $1 million to be deported from the U.S.? You can never come back, but you get to take one person with you. Yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm gonna go to like China or Japan or somewhere, some beautiful Asian women, or I might go to might go to the motherland, Africa, see my people. Holla at your boy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Cause think about it, you got $1 million to go overseas, like that's gonna be like 50 million over there. You know what I mean? So you're gonna be chilling. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna take that little bread. And last but not least, would you rather leave a date for a hot chick for 10 minutes to take a dump, or B, hold it in and hope for the best? Now, honestly, I had a situation like this when I was younger. I went on a date with a girl. It was like a real cool date. Cause keep in mind, like we still in high school, so it's a cool little date though. But we got dressed up, we did the whole nine, like all the stuff. We had ourselves a time. Movies, all that had ourselves a time. Like I said, we went to Olive Garden, then we went to the movies. Now keep in mind, Olive Garden, you got all that pops in that cars. It's gonna bubble up in your stomach, you feel me? So that's exactly what's going on. So I'm pretty much just holding in, you know what I mean? But you know how, like, I don't want to say a standard day, but most dates, after the dinner and the movie, the date ain't over. It's still some business you gotta get down to. So sure enough, that's what it was. We went to the movies, or we went to Olive Garden, ate it up. I'm still feeling it in my stomach, you know what I mean? Go to the movie theater, I'm still feeling it a little bit in my stomach. I might be we're walking, I'm crop dusting people as we walk by, because I can't do it in the movie theater when she right next to me. It's going to be too obvious, But sure enough, I'm holding in. But, like I said, the date ain't over just because the movie and the dinner is over. We back to the spot. And sure enough, we get down to business and we're doing our thing. Keep in mind, just had the Olive Garden. I'm holding it in, right? So, we doing our thing, yada, yada, yada. And I'm finishing. I had to let off a man, embarrassing as hell, but like you don't even know. Like I've been holding that in for the longest time, so that's how I'm giving it up. I'm just gonna hold it in and just let it come out when it come out. You know what I mean? I'm not excusing myself to go take a dump. It's never that serious. You go on a date with a girl, leave for 10 minutes, you may come back. Someone might be eating your breadsticks off your plate. You gotta stay on your P's and Q's. But this has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. I am your host, Mar the cameraman. Don't forget, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and we out of here. Yes, sir.